My fiancée ran away to marry the man of her dreams and broke up with me via text just a week before our wedding. If you had told me 3 years ago that I would look back on the whole mess and feel relieved, I would have laughed in your face. Back then, I thought I had everything figured out. I thought I knew who I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Her name was Lena, a woman who could walk into any room and instantly turn it into a brighter place. People loved her. I loved her, in the blind, naive way you love someone you can't imagine ever hurting you. We'd been together for almost 5 years, engaged for one. We planned our wedding with the kind of detail most people say for building a house. Venue booked, catering paid for, tux fitted, flowers ordered, invitations sent to more than 100 people. Both families already fussing about seating charts and travel plans. Everything was in motion. Then, exactly 7 days before the wedding, I got the text. A text. 2 sentences that detonated my world. "I'm sorry, Ethan. I can't do this. I'm in love with someone else. I hope you can understand." Understand? Understand what? That the woman I trusted with everything bolted from our life together like it was a burning building? That she replaced conversations with cowardly pixels on a screen? I reread the message maybe 50 times, trying to find a hidden meaning, something to soften the blow. But it was exactly what it looked like, an exit. I didn't reply. I couldn't. My brain felt like shattered glass. I remember sitting on the edge of my bed, still holding the phone, but not really seeing it. Time stretched into some strange vacuum where nothing felt real. My heart was beating, my lungs were moving, but none of it made sense. The worst part? I still had to face people. My brother, Caleb, kept calling. My mom showed up at my apartment crying before I even had the chance to explain. Friends were texting nonstop. Every notification felt like a punch to the ribs. 2 days later, I found out who she left me for. His name was Julian, the charismatic, painfully handsome coworker she used to mention every now and then. "He's just fun to talk to," she'd say. "We get along because we're similar." I never questioned it. Why would I? I trusted her. Apparently, the fun conversations had turned into secret dinners, secret weekends, and finally, a full-blown affair. And then she left me to run off and marry him. Yes, literally marry him. Her sister told someone who told someone who told me. They eloped 2 days after she ended things. Knowing that ripped something primal out of me. For weeks, I felt hollow, like someone scooped out everything inside my chest and left only the shell. I barely ate. I barely slept. I'd sit in my living room with the TV on, volume low, staring at nothing. Every so often, someone would ask, "How are you holding up?" And I'd just shrug because I had no idea. Then Lena started calling. Not to apologize, not really. Mostly excuses. Mostly guilt dumping. Her voicemails were emotional whiplash, crying 1 minute, defensive the next. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't know what I wanted. You have to understand, it was complicated." Complicated? She fled our wedding to marry a man she'd been seeing behind my back. That didn't seem complicated, just cruel. I blocked her. I couldn't breathe with her voice in my life. Time, as stubborn and slow as it was, eventually moved. A year later, I met Nora. She wasn't like Lena. Not flashy, not dramatic. She had this calm presence that felt like opening a window in a stuffy room. We met at a mutual friend's game night. She beat everyone at a trivia game about classic movies, then laughed like she didn't mean to. I hadn't felt anything warm in a long time, but she cracked something open. We took it slow. She never rushed me, never made me feel like I had to prove anything. Being with her felt peaceful. 2 years into dating, on an ordinary Wednesday night while eating tacos on the couch, I asked if she'd marry me. Nothing elaborate, nothing staged, just 2 people who had held each other through enough storms to know they belonged together. She said yes with this soft, joyful smile that still makes my chest tighten. We got married the following year. Small ceremony, only people who mattered. It felt right in a way I didn't know weddings could feel. I thought that would be the end of the story. But life likes loose ends, especially messy ones. It was a Saturday morning when it happened. I was fixing the fence in our backyard when I heard a car door slam. I walked around to the front yard and froze. Lena, standing there like a ghost dragged out of my past. She looked polished, composed, but her eyes were frantic, like someone running out of options. "Ethan," she said softly, as if we were old friends. "Please, I need to talk to you." "No," I said immediately. My voice didn't even shake. "You need to leave." She stepped closer. "Please, just give me a minute." "A minute for what?" Her lip trembled. "I made a mistake." I laughed, actually laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was the only reaction my brain could manage. "You ran away to marry someone else," I said. "That's not a mistake. That's a choice." Her face twisted with regret. Julian wasn't who I thought he was. He cheated on me, lied to me. Everything fell apart. And when it did, all I could think about was you. How steady you were. How good you were to me. I should never have left. My stomach turned. She wasn't here for me. She was here because she needed somewhere to land. "I'm married," I said coldly, "happily. Whatever fantasy you came here with, it's not happening." She shook her head, desperate. "You don't love her like you loved me. You can't. What we had was different. You know that. Please, Ethan, we can fix things." "No," I said, "we can't. And even if I wasn't married, I'd never go back to you." Her expression sharpened into something ugly, something familiar. "You'll regret this," she hissed. "You'll regret throwing away what we had." "What we had?" I stepped back and pointed toward her car. "Get off my property before I call the police." She glared, trembling with fury, then stormed back to her car and sped off. I thought that was it. I was wrong. 2 days later, Nora came into the living room with her phone in her hand and a frown I'd never seen on her face. "Ethan," she said quietly, "did you know Lena's been texting me?" I felt something inside me snap. Lena had been telling her I still loved her, that our marriage was a rebound, that I'd chosen wrong. She even said she and I had unfinished business. Nora's hands were shaking, but her voice was steady. "I trust you," she said, "but this isn't okay." I went straight to the police, filed for a restraining order, gave them the texts, the call logs, everything. A week later, she violated it. She showed up at our house again, pounding on the door, screaming about how I belonged with her. The police arrived and arrested her for violating the order. That was the last time I saw her. These days, life is quiet again, healthy. Nora and I are stronger than ever, but sometimes, late at night, I think about how close I came to tying my life to someone capable of that level of selfishness, and it scares me. If there's anything I learned, it's this. People show you who they really are eventually. When they do, believe them, and protect what matters before someone tries to tear it apart.